All right, all right, all right. What's going on, everybody? C4 here today, continuing with the legendary college roster series. We're on number 6, the USC Trojans, which means there's only 5 more to go after this, and I'm hoping to God I can get at least another one. I'm going to have a lot of time this weekend, so we may actually get 2 streams in this weekend between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I may live stream back to back to back. As always, follow me on Twitter at beastmode_TV, as that's when I pretty much post my live stream schedule. But now we're getting to the nitty gritty. Everybody that's tuning in, USC. This is a very, very overpowered roster. I fully expect us to make a playoff push. So let's see what we can do. I hope you guys did like the thumbnail. A nice little. I was just quickly, like literally like a minute before I went on, I was like, oh shit, I gotta make a thumbnail. Let's find a picture of O.J. Simpson. The only one that came up was the glove does not fit. You must quit. So I was like, all right, we'll rock and roll with that one. But without further ado, let's take a quick look at the depth chart. I don't got a whole lot of time here tonight. So at the quarterback spot, we're going with Carson Palmer, Heisman Trophy winner. I think that was 2002. He was the Heisman Trophy winner. Debatably, he's had, one really good year with the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't know, how well you can rate the rest of his career at Cincinnati. I don't know what the general consensus of him is for his time at Arizona. But, one of the better college quarterbacks of all time. We have Mark Sanchez, who gave an 89. We all know, Mr. Butt Fumble in New York. We have Cody Kessler and Matt Cassell. I hate people actually say that. Why did I just say that? Matt Castle. Yeah, we'll roll with him. At running back, I asked you guys on Twitter. I really thought that the top 3 running backs, it was going to be tough to fit who we want to use. But you guys said O.J. Simpson should be our lead back. So we'll be going with the juice is loose with a 97 overall. He was actually almost unstoppable at college. We got Reggie Bush with a 93 overall. He won a Heisman Trophy win. And then did some questionable things off the field, which kind of sucked for him. But, still got, was one of the best college players of the 2000s. We'll use him as a third down back. We got Marcus Allen, who's a beast at USC and for the Raiders. And we got Frank Gifford, who got murdered by Concrete Charlie, Chuck Bednarik, when the Eagles played the Giants way, way back. One of the most iconic images in Philadelphia Eagles history. But we're going with OJ and Reggie Bush as our third down back. Fullback just stays as is, just whoever the hell's on the roster. At the wide receiver spot, we're going with Lynn Swann with our top wide receiver, the 93 overall. He was an absolute monster. I actually don't think his height and weight there aren't really what it is. I think he was a little bit longer than that. But he was a beast, one of the best offensive weapons during the Pittsburgh Steelers prime. The Steel Curtain. We have Keyshawn Johnson, who was a little bit. I actually watched. What was it? NFL Top 10. It was talking about the top 10 undrafted free agents all the time. They talked about Wayne Trebet of the Jets, and Keyshawn Johnson was a first-round pick. Trebet was like an undrafted free agent, and Keyshawn Johnson absolutely hated him. We all know Keyshawn Johnson was a fucking cancer. T.O. before T.O. actually happened, but he was a beast at USC. We have Nelly Drops galore here with an 85. That's pretty ironic. Marquise Lee with an 85. Robert Woods with an 83. Tight end spot, we're going with Jordan Cameron, who is a 99 in this scheme. That's the biggest jump I've ever seen. When I was doing these rosters, I think I gave Jordan Cameron a 91, 92. He goes up to a 99 in the Redskins scheme. I have no idea that was even possible with a jump. I always thought like the max was 5 points either way. It would be a 5-point plus or a 5-point hit. 99? I didn't overvalue him that much. That's just what happens when you're in the Redskins scheme, I guess. Offensive line is the best offensive line I think we're going to see in any roster that we do. We have Anthony Munoz, phenomenal, legendary tackle from the Cincinnati Bengals. He's a 99. At left guard, we have Tyron Smith, who's really a left tackle for the Dallas Cowboys. We'll move him in here to the left guard. He's 320. That's big enough and strong enough that he can play at the guard spot. We got at center Ryan Khalil of the Carolina Panthers with an 89. Right guard, we have Bruce Matthews, 99 overall, one of the best offensive linemen in history. And at right tackle, we have Tony Baselli, who's down to a 93. We have Ron Mix, too, from the Chargers. But we're going with Baselli, who's a legendary Jacksonville Jaguar. Really, the guy that I couldn't really find was Ron Yeri. I guess most of you guys don't know who the hell that is anyway. But he's the honorable mention that we missed. But this is a terrifying offensive line. Left defensive end, we're going with Everson Griffin of the Minnesota Vikings. Very good edge rusher right now. He's a 93. At right defensive end, we're going Jarrell Casey of the Tennessee Titans. He's a 93. We got defensive tackle Leonard Williams from the Jets. One of the steal of the draft when he came out 2 years ago. A lot of people thought he might be, the guy that goes number 2. And he ended up going all the way down the Jets. I think they were like 6 or 7 or something stupid like that. And he's been a beast for them. But unfortunately, we only have one defensive tackle. So we may have to run a 3-4, which is what the Redskins run as a base. Left side linebacker, we have Clay Matthews with the 99. This is more of me, since I've been watching college football. Clay Matthews and Troy Polamalu are probably the two best defenders I've ever seen in the USC. I really like Cameron Smith, who's there right now, but I think Clay Matthews might have that nod, so he's a 99. Middle linebacker, we have Junior Seau, 99. You know, one of the best linebackers in the history of football in college and in NFL. And we have Brian Cushing there with a 93. You know, obviously, while he was on the gear, while he's on the juice, I think he won Defensive Rookie of the Year his first year, and then he tested positive for steroids. It was never quite the same player again, but, you know, we got him. Right outside linebacker, we want Clay Matthews' dad. Clay Matthews, that's kind of weird that we have both of them. We should have made a junior and a senior, but he's a 95. We also have Nick Perry, who's a 90. At the cornerback spot, we have Sharice Wright with an 89, Nickel Roby Coleman 85, and Kayvon Seymour with an 85. I was really thinking about adding a Adoree Jackson, but I figured we'll just roll with these three corners right now. I've done enough with the actual rookies. Debatably, I could use Ronnie Lott. He started out his NFL career as a corner, but I figure we'll keep him at one of the safety spots. So he's our free safety, 99 overall, probably top 5 free safety in the history of the NFL. And then at strong safety, we're going with Troy Polamalu, who's a beast, one of my favorite players. As a kid growing up, he was always super fun to use in Madden. So that is that. And like I said, this may be, you know, the last couple of rosters, I think, you know, we did Nebraska. Who else did we do? We did Nebraska. We did a couple other teams that were kind of underwhelming, to be honest with you. But at least we're getting some big names here with USC. And for those of you guys that can't stay super, super late, and you're kind of worried that, oh yeah, it is Juju Smith-Kelly, by the way. Thank you, Matthew. You know. If you guys don't care about USC, next episode, which I said at the very top, I'm going to try my best. If things go all according to plan, I might be able to stream Friday night and Saturday afternoon. Friday night, Saturday afternoon, Friday night, Sunday afternoon, something like that. I hope to get 2 live streams. It's Notre Dame is up on deck, and then at number 4, it's Michigan. So we're getting to a lot of the big schools here. But today, it is USC, and we're going to sim right to the midseason point, and what I can only assume is going to be an incredibly dominating performance here. So, honorable mentions. Yeah, no, like the height, weight, some of these things are a little bit messed up, but it's fine. It's fine. A couple of guys that we did miss just from the base rosters. We don't have Matt Leinart. We don't have Matt Barkley. We got, who else? Matt Khalil, Ron Yeri, Ron Mix, Max Turk. We got Sua Cravens. I couldn't find him. Ray Maluga, or Mawa, I don't know how the hell fucking pronounce it. Really McGinnis. But for the most part, I'm happy with our starters. That's just here. This one's for all you guys, all the working guys out there. We're getting a little beer in here, you know? It's not a Chip Kelly rebuild. I gotta still fucking record that. I might do a live stream for that, but I really don't. I'd rather record, stop being lazy, record the Chip Kelly rebuild, and then do a live stream that night. That's gonna be the plan. Still got some shit I gotta do this week though. I might have to live stream again another. Lendale White, I didn't include Lendale White, but who am I going to put him over? There's no sense just adding a bunch of guys for depth that I'm not going to use. Lendale White would not play over OJ, Marcus Allen, or Reggie Bush. Probably not even over Frank Gifford, to be honest with you. Am I watching the NBA playoffs? I am not. Raptors got bounced. I was actually at like a fucking dinner. We're 4-4? What the hell? What the hell's going on here? We have a 99 roster. 99 overall. Both sides of the ball. All right, what we're going to do, for you guys that never watched, we play the divisional opponents. I may play the Eagles just so this goes teeny bit longer. We like to get this under an hour. Why isn't there a Troy Polamalu card? Because Mutt's terrible. Why'd you have to ask that? So we're 5-4. Hoping we get 6-4 before we take the Dallas Cowboys on. That is true. I probably should have used him as a fullback. I probably could have done that. So we're 5-5, underachieving. That is to say, at least 2 7-3s in the division. We can still get that. No defense. We have weak corners. I'm gonna say right now. I was kind of looking. I had in my notes. I made these notes like literally feels like a fucking year ago for this series. Could not find any really good corners in the history of USC. So like Sharice Wright's not bad. I mean Nickel Roby Coleman's a solid nickel. But there's never been an outstanding corner at USC. I mean, Adoree Jackson might be the best one that comes to mind. As we're using these terrible... Oh, my God. Like, well, that's not that bad of a uniform. But, I mean, the fact that... Just bring back Create a Team for Madden 18. Please, EA. If any of your developers ever stumble upon my channel, just fucking at them. Where's the TV team? I said for that one, I'm going to be doing that live stream with my girlfriend. That's the video there. So it's more so, it's ready. I literally have the whole roster made up. I just need to wait for a time that, our schedules line up that she can come down here. Once the baby goes to bed, maybe? I don't know. But it's coming soon. I'm going to say maybe 2 weeks, 2 weekends. It's going to probably have to be a weekend upload like during a Saturday or Sunday. But it's coming soon. But yeah, man. My goal. Let's see. What do I have for the schedule here? I still have to record for this week. I have 3 videos I still need to record and get out for this week on top of being able to stream. But I think I'm gonna 100%. I'll stream at least one more this week. We'll have the Notre Dame Legends some point this weekend. It's the best I can say. Do Miami of Ohio or UCF? Like what? There's even Legends there. You got Miami, Ohio. You got Ben Roethlisberger. That's the only guy I can think off the top of my head that went there. UCF, Blake Bortles and Storm Johnson. Rashad Perriman. Do I think OJ did it? What's the next? The next one is going to be Notre Dame. So that'll be a fairly good one. Looking at it right now, we got Joe Montana, Jerome Bettis, Tim Brown, Tyler Eifert, Justin Tuck, Manti Te'o, Harrison Smith. I mean, it's definitely. I'm ready to say right now, it doesn't look like it's going to be as good of a roster as this one. But maybe we'll have a little bit better success and not be goddamn 5-4 after 9 games. I usually like to rely on the fact that I can say I'm coming in cold. I haven't played Madden all day, but I was playing it earlier this morning. I was recording the NFC Championship game in our Philadelphia Eagles Connected Franchise Mode. Jared Goff versus Carson Wentz. I think that comes out tomorrow night, perhaps. But I was actually playing, so I have no excuse if I play terrible when I'm actually taking control of this team. UCF is AJ Boyd. Like I said, what are you going to do with the goddamn, the defense, the offensive line? It's going to get slaughtered going up against other legendary college rosters. Like I said, maybe, if I really can't think of anything to do for videos later on before Madden 18 comes out, I might do a couple extra college teams. But, I mean, I'm going to say, I might not get down that far to do UCF. Oregon, Stanford, those are the 2 big teams I was surprised didn't make. Especially Stanford. I thought Stanford for sure would make the top 25. I think they must have been like 26 or something like that. Use my boy Toby Gerhart, Did you make Rudy? Why am I going to tell you all the people that I made? I'm going to say right now, though, for the guy that's hoping for Air Bud, I didn't make Air Bud. Did not. But, I want to use a couple obscure references that oh, no, you got to catch that. There you go, Lynn Swan. I want to get a couple obscure TV characters that maybe, not a lot of people know, but then you have to go for, what's the fun in that if it's like an inside joke, telling an inside joke. No one else is going to find it funny. So I use a lot of the famous people. It's lagging a bit, huh? Let me see. Should do a best fictional players team. I am. That's kind of what we're talking about. Low key. I'm getting full health here, man. I don't know. Maybe refresh it. But then again, I don't know. I can only go from what my YouTube is telling me, and it's saying we got 10 out of 10 stream. Well, it has been kind of wonky today, so maybe. Willie Beeman? Maybe Willie Beeman. Maybe Wildman Willie. He might make an appearance, huh? Everyone likes Wildman Willie. Don't gotta get jumped! Come on! Oh, is he gonna catch him? Let's go. Oh, the juice! Fuck off, man. How you gonna let that shit get jumped? That was disappointing. I'll tell you right now, though, the starting quarterback for the TV roster is Boomhauer from King of the Hill. Jesus Christ, what a fucking bad pick six, man. My God. All right, let's start getting OJ here. I mean, we're going up right now against legendary Dallas Cowboy roster, so they're one of the strongest rosters in this game. But, we're a 99 offense, 99 defense. We should be able to at least compete. Derek Barnett equal Reggie White 2.0. Fucking hope so. There we go, Jordan Cameron with your 99 ass. Make some goddamn plays. Shane Falco's on the roster. Willie Beeman may be on the roster. That's an underrated movie, The Replacements. Not enough people know about that movie. Oh, rest in peace. On the one, that's a C4 special for O.J. Simpson. The juice will be on the loose. Let's go pitch, of course. Strong toss to the left-hand side. On a scale of 1 to 100, how much better is Air Bud than Odell? 100. Oh, you don't think you're catching juice, baby. Do I watch South Park? I love South Park. You're such a good YouTuber. Well, thanks, man. Thanks, bro. What about Penn State? I already did Penn State. Go check. I don't know. Search through some of the videos. Penn State was done. I think they were. I think they were in the top 10. The teams we have left. We have Notre Dame, Michigan, Ohio State, Alabama, and Oklahoma. And I think at the end, I'm going to do one roster, which is all my favorite players that I used in this. So after this, there are 6 more live streams related around this. And that's another series that I can get out the book. I certainly got a little bit crazy with some series here, but I am going to finish all of them. You're going to start seeing, I think actually tomorrow, the return of the Madden Greats series. Those are going to be a mix of live stream and scheduled uploads. This one's going to be finished, and then it's pretty much, down the home stretch, releasing my Madden 18 roster videos, Madden Greats, and really just keeping up the connected franchise modes. Oh my god. Let's go Juice. Thad Castle. Best believe Thad Castle, starting middle linebacker. Gary Bertier. You should do Blue Mountain. I was thinking about doing Blue Mountain State, but there's only so many guys that were actually characters, like defined positions. But I tried to include as many as possible because Blue Mountain State was one of my favorite shows. I actually supported their Patreon when they were trying to film the movie. They did like a bunch of crowdfunding, and I really want you to donate like the one below where you get a custom shirt, like a jersey shirt thing. A Thad Castle one would have been dope. But I think I donated like $10. And it was, the movie wasn't spectacular or anything, but it was definitely worthwhile watching. But yeah, Blue Mountain State actually filmed up here in Canada. And I remember me and my buddies, one of his girlfriends knew a person that did casting. And I was like, you need to get me on that fucking show. Get C4 a spot on Blue Mountain State. That's what I wanted to do. But, they film in Montreal in Canada. I think at the University of Laval. That would have been a good road trip. I knew the year that we didn't get anything official, but I knew when they were recording and filming the movie, I was like, man, let's take a fucking road trip up there. Waterboy will be in it. Are you doing Ultimate Team next year? I'm gonna figure out something. I don't necessarily know what I'm gonna do for Ultimate Team, but I can't be that guy that just rips packs. I'm never gonna I understand. You guys, I know all you guys understand because I can tell sometimes. Oh my god, drops galore, drops a surefire touchdown. I know you guys like helping me out. A lot of times when you guys give me suggestions on Twitter, you're like, man, this is going to be sick, clickbait, good for views. It's not like, people, bigger YouTubers get that inverse effect. People are like, man, why'd you post this video? It's clickbait bullshit. My subs recommend ideas that could be clickbait. I don't like to use clickbait. But I understand that if I want to take the next big jump really here, I mean, obviously when Madden 18 comes, there's a big jump in new viewers. Subs always go up during the new Madden, but I can get in, touch base in that other category by talking about some Ultimate Team. So I'm going to figure it out how to do it. But I'm going to wait and see. So I'll figure something out, but I'm definitely open to suggestions because I don't want to just be that guy that rips packs. I know I'm going to have to play online, which is going to be, I'm the fucking biggest rager ever when it comes to that shit. Alex Moran better be your backup. He very well might be. Do I like the Charles Walker pickup for Philly? I do. I mean, some people are saying, oh, some guy said Charles Walker is a first-round draft pick. I mean, I watched a bunch of Oklahoma games last year. I mean, he's a monster, man. That guy's huge. That guy's like some of the biggest arms I've ever seen. But I probably would have had him, like, realistically, Charles Walker, in my opinion, was like a third-round draft pick. But the fact we got him as an undrafted free agent, I love that, man. Good pickup. Especially with the fact that, you know, a lot of people are worried that Timmy Jernigan's a one and done. He's here for 1 year, and then he's going to cash out, go somewhere else. I mean, we need some more depth at the defensive tackle spot. And with Charles Walker and Elijah Qualls, 2 big-time sleepers, we're looking good. I like Destiny Viao, too, in his rotational role. I think I'm very satisfied with their defensive front going forward. Oh, you gotta get in there! You gotta get in there. Any beers tonight? I'm having 1 Coors Light, because that's all I have to drink right now. I don't want to drink any pop or some shit, because it's getting kind of late here. I don't want to be up for fucking countless hours. You missed Dwayne Jarrett. I guess I did miss. I could have went better at the wide receiver spot. We just went more so with legends. Oh, rest in peace, Carson Palmer. What's your prediction for the Eagles' record this year? I'm gonna say 9-7. My God, we don't even get. We just all right. Yeah, fine. Let's just literally step back and get sacked. Drop back, easy sack, GG. Why did the Bengals draft Joe Mixon? Oh, and Swan. They drafted Joe Mixon because Jeremy Hill's on his last year of his deal. And clearly the writing's on the wall that they're letting Jeremy Hill go after next year. So it's a forward-thinking move. Falling short. I don't know. I don't think we're going to make the playoffs here, fellas. I don't have a whole lot of time. Usually my live streams go an hour 15, an hour 20. This one here, I don't have a whole bunch of time, but I will play. Usually I like to skip playing the Eagles if I ever use a roster in the NFC East, but I will play the Eagles just so we can chill for a little bit. Who will start for Vikings? Latavius Murray or Dalvin Cook? I actually wouldn't be surprised if Dalvin Cook gets that starting gig. Murray was solid last year, but he could have been way better. Didn't make a lot of yards for himself. Dalvin Cook, however, has the upside. I don't know the details really at the top of my head of the Latavius Murray contract. Hopefully, for the sake of the Minnesota Vikings, that's front-loaded. They can get rid of him after this year. I don't think they thought in their wildest dreams that Dalvin Cook would slip to the second round. So maybe they can get out of that Latavius Murray contract. Maybe they can't. But all I know is we're going to Lincoln Financial Field to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. A game that I will be not upset if we lose because, it's the Eagles. Saints record this year? Maybe 8-8. Don't think they did enough on the defense, to be honest with you. You call Aguilar a USC legend over Dwayne Jarrett. Aguilar is in this because of the irony. Pats again this year. Yeah. They're going to be the favorites, man. It sucks. It sucks knowing that there's a team already so dominant and so, they're going to be so overpowered. Before the season even starts, I think that the NFL needs, I don't want to wish ill will on any player that's not within our division. But, I mean, Patriots need to have, like, a big injury, like a Hightower. Not necessarily a Brady, because obviously Brady will derail everything there for the most part. But they need, like, a Hightower or maybe Edelman or Gronk to get hurt again to make things interesting. Do you think we trade Kelsey for Ingram to the States? Now, I think that's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life. Why would the Saints trade... Oh, you better catch that shit. Oh, my God, what an overthrow. I think we might have to go to Mark Sanchez. What an overthrow. Back to that trade. I think that was one of the dumbest trades. Mark Ingram's coming off a career year, and Jason Kelsey is a solid center that's vastly overpaid and highly inconsistent. Sure, Jason Kelsey can play like a Pro Bowl center. I'll give him that. I'm not as against... Let's go. Telfer. I'm not as against Jason Kelsey as a lot of people in this fan base. I think he's solid. I think he's important to have on this offensive line because the chemistry between a center and a quarterback is very valuable, and he has good chemistry with Carson Wentz. That being said, if there was a way that you would do that trade, I would. I think even though I hate Mark Ingram, I've hated Mark Ingram since he absolutely robbed Toby Gurley of a Heisman Trophy. he would be an excellent fit to our system, even though there are some injury concerns, and he's still kind of in the mold of a Ryan Matthews, that being a guy that's solid when healthy, but is he going to be healthy is a big concern. But I'd do that trade. I think they're happy with Wisniewski as good depth. Siumalo, I've heard rumors that they might want him to be a starting center, but I don't think. It just makes no sense from the Saints to do that trade. Oh, Jordan Cameron, all right, there we go, GG. What do you think the Dolphins' record will be? I don't think they'll make the playoffs again. I don't necessarily think they're going to be a shit team, but I don't think they're going to make the playoffs again. Then again, I'm not going to be honest. I don't know how the Dolphins won that many games last year. I have a buddy that's a diehard Dolphins fan. He literally said, man, I don't even know. I don't even know how we won these many games. Hillary Clinton or a polar bear for the Prime Minister of Canada? Polar bear. Here we go, Carson Palmer showing those legs. Gain of 2. Do you think the Lions can win the NFC North? They can, but you gotta say the Packers, they stay healthy. This is a very good. They loaded up. I think Martellus Bennett is going to be a huge get for them. Keep running, X. Boom. There we go. Winner of the NFC South. I'm going to go safe and say Atlanta. I do think the Bucs are going to be really good. I think Bucs are primed to make the playoffs, be it winning the division somehow or getting into the wild card. But I'm going to say Atlanta still probably easy money on picking on Atlanta to win that. Yeah, it's pretty much it was. Jay having seems like he had 200-yard games every 3 weeks. So there's But I don't know if Dolphins did they have an easy schedule or something though? That team still was. I mean, Ryan Tannehill is not a good quarterback. Unger being hurt may pique their interest. There's an opportunity there, but I think I saw a report that they expect him to be back in time. Oh, there we go, Keyshawn making that nice little catch. Lions got 3 Gators. They got 3 Gators? Who'd they get? They got Tease Davis. Who else would they have got? Offensive lineman, maybe? Oh, they turned that shit over. Who in Florida, Michigan in the neutral site? Oh, man. I'm gonna be cheering with my guts. What an awesome way to fucking start the college football season for me as a Gator fan. I think that's gonna. I can't wait. I cannot wait for college football, and I hope that a lot of the subs enjoy college football because I'm gonna be not going hard. You're only gonna get maybe one college football video a week, but I cannot wait for college football season. But I wouldn't bet on Florida to win that game, but that's gonna be a great. I mean, I think Michigan's a little bit overrated in terms of the hype that they're getting. Oh my god, come on. I don't think, they lost a lot. I think they're still going to be very good, but I don't think that they're going to be challenging really for the national championship this year. They're reloading. They're reloading, but I don't really believe in their quarterback they got there. Oh my god, don't pick that off. Well, that's an excellent game. I'm going to say Michigan. EDP just said the Eagles are trying to trade for Mark Ingram. It's been a rumor on Twitter. That's all it's been. I don't think there's anything outside of that. The one thing I have read is that the guy on Twitter that's leaked a lot of the things that we're interested in Derek Barnett, Alshon Jeffrey, he says he's heard something. So, there is some. If you're going to really go into rumors, it's maybe the most credible rumor guy in regards to Philly. But I don't see that trade happening just straight up. I think Philly would have to give up something more, and I don't really necessarily know. Look at the books right now. As much as it pains me to say, maybe Vinny Curry. Add Vinny Curry to the mix. I love Vinny Curry. He's a diehard Eagle. He grew up a diehard Eagles fan, and I really want him to, to stay on Philly, get an opportunity to play. But clearly, it doesn't look like I like Derrick Rowe, and they didn't give him a chance. So maybe they're not going to give Vinny Curry a chance. I don't know necessarily the Saints want to eat 2 big contracts in Kelsey and Curry, but I mean, Vinny Curry probably would be the second best edge rusher in New Orleans right now behind Cameron Jordan. Which rookie do you think will be a surprise and a bust? Surprise rookie? I'm going to say Zay Jones in Buffalo. I know a lot of people know he's a solid wide receiver, but I think, he's an outside chance. If I had to pick a deep, deep sleeper to be offensive rookie of the year, it might be Zay Jones. I can see him having like a Michael Thomas year in terms of production. And for bust, I don't want to say McCaffrey, but I just don't see right away how McCaffrey fits in that offense. There's unknown for me with how they're going to use McCaffrey. But I hope it's not him. I love watching Chris McCaffrey play. Do you think Carolina's new run game and okay secondary make the... Like I said, I just need to see how they're going to use Christian McCaffrey. I know, he's not going to be used the same way that they've ran the ball the last couple years. With it's got power, control the clock offense with Mike Tolbert and Jonathan Stewart. It's going to be a different type of thing, so I have to wait and see. What do you think about Quincy Wilson? Solid. I have skepticism whether he's going to be a better corner or safety in the NFL, but I like that pick. Where'd he go to? Quincy Wilson went to the Colts. I like the fact that they got Malik Hooker and Quincy Wilson. Those are 2 good gets for a team that finally is addressing the defensive side of the ball to help out Andrew Luck. Rangers score hockey. Talking about hockey. What do you think the Giants will do about run game? I think they're probably just going to roll Paul Perkins and... Vereen's good. He's a really good receiving back. He's definitely... It seems like a lot of teams now... Oh, my God. Don't drop that shit. A lot of teams now want that dynamic of a power back, a receiving back, or you want one of, a guy that's both. So, maybe they try Paul Perkins. Paul Perkins was solid at UCLA, but I still think that, Blunt's on the market. That's a rumor. Maybe that could happen. Or they're going to go wait until next year's draft. Hopefully they don't pick in front of Philadelphia, because that would be an absolute kick in the nuts if you see Saquon Barkley or Darius Geis or maybe Bo Scarborough go to the Giants when the Eagles clearly are going to go in next year with their biggest need going to be probably cornerback and running back. Maybe, oh shit, I almost picked that off. Maybe tackle too. You would pay money to see me play NHL 17. I think my buddy might actually have a hard copy of that game. I could play it if I had to. If I got money, I would play that game. Is Pavel Bure in that game? If I can do like a legendary Florida Panthers roster, I'd do it. We go Ronnie Lott with the forced fumble, and we didn't recover that. That's embarrassing. All right, I'm going to have a big swig of this beer before it gets room temperature. TJ Watt, a good fit for the Steelers. I like it. I was really surprised when I did my video talking about that pick how many Steeler fans didn't like it. I think looking at that team right now, you want to have a guy that can kind of come in and play a little bit in a rotation with Harrison, but Harrison's he's an ageless wonder. I don't want to say that he's not going to play next year, but you got to start looking at the future there. And I think TJ Watt with Bud Dupree, that's kind of your set at the linebacker spot. Shazier, Bud Dupree, Ryan, and TJ Watt, that's all those guys pan out, you're fine. Oh, come on. Does anyone remember Troy Polamalu killing that dude in the punt term? Yes! That was awesome. My God, the drops! I think we've had 3 drops already in the first half. Ridiculous. Oh, is it Senators and Rangers in Game 7? I don't know who you pull for. You pull for the old school team of the Rangers, or you go for me, a Canadian. Goddamn, it'd be nice to see a Canadian team win the fucking Stanley Cup. Let's take off. Get a nice sack. Because this team's overrated. Playing exactly like USC. Underperforming. Classic. Mark Ingram to Philly. Okay, I'm going to give this a percentage. I think Mark Ingram to Philly has a 20% chance of happening. And I'm the goddamn gene. Oh my god, where's the our O-line's dominant and we're getting fucking bullied. I called Alshon Jeffrey and Torrey Smith back in October. I do not see that happening. Franchise mode next. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? The next episode's coming out in 2 days. Or a day. Fuck, man. USC wide receivers suck. This is embarrassing. Jay Cutler thoughts? I think he's going to be pretty funny. I think I'm more interested to hear Jay Cutler call a game than I am. Oh my gosh, should have hit Y. I'm more interested to see Jay Cutler call a game than I am Tony Romo. My religion is definitely Tebowism. I am not a religious guy at all. I don't understand the best thing about being someone that's not religious is not to criticize people that are religious. I just feel like whatever, man. Whatever you do to get through your day. Only thing I don't understand is why religion is so big in America. I just feel that, like, my one pet peeve about North America is I think religion should have no place in politics, but it seems like it has a major place in politics. So that's bullshit, because if everyone just converted to Tebowism, you'd be fine. Alright, we'll go C4 special. I mean, this game's fucking done. This is just a whitewash of a franchise mode here. Thought USC would have some goddamn big-time plays. Here we go, OJ. I will say, people always say, why don't you play defense? In the new episode of the Eagles Connected franchise mode. Whew. Shut up the haters. Can I do a mini-series tonight with the franchise? I might do that some other night, but like I said, I don't have a whole lot of time tonight. I was hoping that I could get this stream done around an hour or less, like 45 minutes to an hour, and it looks like we're going to be right there. But, as I said, the goal, not going to say it's going to happen. For sure, there'll be at least one live stream going on this weekend between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm going to hope to stream twice this weekend, because this is the first weekend literally in like 3 months that I've had a free, as that's a pick. So I'm going to try to get this series well away. Thoughts on the series getting Juju Smith-Schuster? Obviously, I'm probably the worst person on the YouTube to give feedback on that because I can't compliment a USC wide receiver. I cannot do it. Won't do it. But in terms of value, oh my god, we're so much fucking release in the game. 4th and 7. It's time to bring in Sanchez. Get this guy a hot dog, some chicken tenders. We'll be rocking and rolling. I will say, though, we are playing. The last 2 teams we've actually played were the Cowboys Legends and Bears Legends. So we're going up against probably the 2 toughest teams in the NFC along with the 49ers. Pro comp for Trubisky. Oh my god. Where's this O-line? The average overall on this offensive line is 95. And they're playing worse than the goddamn fucking St. Louis Rams. Yes, I said St. Louis. Trubisky. Back on to Trubisky. I see... I want to say Blaine Gabbert. I see a lot of like what's gonna happen with Blaine Gabbert. I think we're getting body bag. I just looked at the score. My God, that's embarrassing. How do you feel about the Jets draft? Very good draft. I don't get the Marcus May pick, even though I love my Florida Gators. Anytime my Florida Gators gets picked, I'm a happy man. But you have, is back-to-back safety the biggest need for a team that's in an all-out rebuild? I love the Jamal Adams pick. Reminds me 100% of when Leonard Williams slipped to them. Just going best player available, and somehow they get the best defensive player in the draft at like pick 6, 7. But I think, with some of the offensive, we'll throw that away. Some of the offensive linemen on the board still in the second round. Get younger at running back. Quarterback, there's still a couple quarterback names on the board. I was very surprised that the fucking Lions got Brad Kai at 6. Like a team like the Jets didn't take a quarterback like that. Unless there's something we don't know. Oh, come on, let's go. Unless there's something we don't know about Christian Hackenberg. Like, is he going to be like the next... Okay, thank fuck we caught that. Unless they know Hackenberg's going to be a monster. They didn't have a bad draft because we got body bag in this one. But I think they could have addressed better positions, different positions. But that being said, not thinking about what they could have done, Jamal Adams, Marcus May safety tandem going forward is... I love that. Love both those players. Probably my favorite safety tandem after Seattle and Philly. Do you think... Jesus Christ. A lot of questions I haven't been able to keep up with. Do you think it was right teams passed on Foster and Cameron because of injury and warnings? Yeah. If your team's medical doctors and medical staff don't give the okay, I'm not getting him. Why would you invest a pick when your staff thinks like we're not gonna be able to keep this guy healthy? Why no Juju Smith-Schuster or Palmer? Palmer is our starting quarterback, but we pulled him because he's playing like shit, and I didn't use any of the rookies. I very well could have used Juju Smith-Schuster and Adoree Jackson. Then maybe they would have helped us out here a little bit, as we're best case scenario going 8-8 in this final episode on a quick edition of a live stream. This will be our last game. We're going to wrap up here. We're just around 45 minutes. Love YouTube. Keep it up. Yeah, I really am going to be... It's just more so I have to figure out how I'm going to capture from my Xbox 360. I have an Elgato. I think it should work. I don't know if it will. It's just more so I'm lazy to work it out. But I am going to try my best at some point to do an NCAA series. Once some of these other series start finishing up, I don't want to forget anything. I'm going to say... maybe when I'm done my Madden Greats, which will be done about a month or so. Because this is going to be done in probably, 2 weeks max. We're going to be done with all the college roster legends. That's going to be gone. And then the next series, on top of that, we have the Madden Greats. We have the Huskies franchise, the Eagles franchise, and me releasing my Madden 18 rosters. That's 4 series on the go right now. If we can get Madden Greats down to 3, then I'm going to be looking at breaking in some NCAA. Because, no, I'm not going to do Michigan. I'm going to do Florida. Florida Gators, baby. The reason why I kind of shied away is Florida's defense was so overpowered. I was like, I'm just going to go and win. No one really wants to watch it. But now, you get the updated rosters. Florida is a little bit of a rebuild. We don't have a quarterback. We're retooling the offense. Have to reload on defense. I think that'd be fun for me to do as a Gator fan. You thought this was Ultimate Team? You thought wrong. You must be new. Oh, what a stiff arm. Who's that? Janoris? He stiff armed the shit out of him. Fuck Odell. Odell's a bitch. Like... he's one of those guys that, like, if he was on Philly, obviously I'd defend him. I'd like him. But it'd be hard to like him. He's just one of those guys just looks like a douchebag. He looks like the kind of guy that's hard to cheer for. You cheer for him because he's on your team. But I think even Giant fans, you ask Giant fans, if Odell wasn't on your team, would you still cheer for him? I don't think a lot of them would. I think a lot of them would be like, man, fuck that guy. Jarvis or Odell? I think both of them are kind of cocky assholes, so I'd go with Odell because he's better. Who are my top 5 wide receivers in the NFL right now. Julio Jones 1. AB 2. Julio Jones, Antonio Brown. Hot take, Mike Evans at 3. AJ Green at 4. Odell at 5. Who's a bigger bitch, Odell or Dez? Tie. Oh, let's go Lynn Swan. Come on, let's get a big win here in the last game. Beat your man. There we go. Oh my God, bad catch. Come on, that's an instant touchdown. Top 5 teams in the league. Wow, what are we doing with this top 5 list? Patriots at 1. Looking at rosters, I'm going based just off rosters. Patriots 1, Packers 2, Raiders 3 with Derek Carr, assuming he's healthy. There's a logjam. Then you got like Seattle, Atlanta. I'm not going to say Dallas. You're not going to get me to say Dallas. Pittsburgh, Chiefs, Chargers, all those teams. They're pretty good. Any team in the AFC West is good. All right, let's go. Oh, 3rd and 5. Time to make Reggie Bush make some plays. Is that Reggie Bush in the backfield? Let's go see what he can do. Top 5 running backs. Oh, my God. He drops his first fucking pass. David Johnson 1. Le'Veon Bell 2. This is I don't know, this top 5 like the guys I like, guys I would want on my team, or top 5 because of stats and stuff. Because if it's top 5 guys I'd want on my team, it'd go David Johnson 1, Le'Veon Bell 2, Todd Gurley 3, Leonard Fournette 4. Fucking shit. I'm just gonna go homer and say fucking Darren Sproles 5. AP. But yeah, me and my buddy get in a debate this all the time, where I just want it's a different type of receiver. If I'm building a team, you said you can have Odell, who's pretty much a well-rounded wide receiver, 5'10" or 5'11", well-rounded, but has a lot of baggage. This guy's a fucking nutcase. Or you get Mike Evans, who is tremendous, maybe one of the best red zone wide receivers in the NFL. He's 6'5". 230. You can't teach. Is Odell gonna get taller? He's 7 foot tall. You can't teach that for Mike Evans. I'd say give me Mike Evans every day of the week. Shady, yeah, Shady. Well, I mean, I'm still a little bit salty about that, so we're not gonna talk about Shady. Top 5 GMs. Ozzie Newsome. Reggie McKenzie. This is Belichick. Belichick's a GM, right? Belichick. You gotta throw his name up there. Schneider in Seattle. I don't really know a lot of other GMs, to be honest with you, off the top of my head. What's my gamer tag? Gamer tag is C. The letter C. The number 4. Geron. So Geron. See, I'm going to type it in here. I only have one roster up now. It's my legendary rosters. I don't know if it's case sensitive either. Shady should never have been traded. I agree. That's disappointing that he was. But, that being said, Shady was awesome, but he was equally very, very frustrating to watch. There came a point in time where it was like he'd have 3 good games and then 1 horrific game where literally like he would just try to dance in the backfield and lose negative yards. So I mean, looking now, where running back's probably the biggest area of concern, I'd want him on the team, but it all wasn't good with LaShawn McCoy in Philadelphia. Let's not forget that. You still salty about the Mixon pick? I knew it was going to happen, man. Bengals just love their fucking criminals. That's a tremendous locker room, huh? For a high character guy or a guy with character issues. Let's send him to Cincinnati. Yeah, that's fucking genius. No, not salty because we got Sidney Jones. And if Sidney Jones comes back healthy, give me Sidney Jones every day of the week over Joe Mixon. But I'm definitely not happy with it. I would love Joe Mixon. I was on that Joe Mixon hype train. But I'm happy with Sidney Jones. If we got someone different than Sidney Jones, if we got like Matt Collins in the second round, I'd be livid still. Top 5 defenses in the league. Seattle, Denver, Houston, Baltimore was really good last year, actually. I like what Atlanta's doing. To be honest with you, I love what Atlanta's doing. Have to throw shout outs to Detroit because they drafted Florida pretty much straight up this year. Defenses are tough to call, though. Top 5 teams you hate. Dallas 1, Giants 2, Patriots 3, Redskins 4. Who's that 5th team I just can't stand? It's a tough one. Maybe the Colts. Probably the Colts. Just because of the fucking Peyton Manning. He was there, and the fact that they have like Jim Irsay bitching every time that they lose to the Patriots. Austin Appleby to start over Dak. I think that Dak's definitely watching over his shoulder. Because Austin Appleby. Crisscross applesauce is there. Top 5 favorite teams. This is pretty much going to be the last question, guys. The live stream is going to be wrapping up at the end of this game. Actually, no, after this, we'll take a look at the final season stats for everyone that actually gives a shit. Favorite teams, obviously Philly won. Philly won. I'm going to say Raiders 2. I've liked the Raiders for a long time. Steelers 3. I like the Steelers back in the old Willie Parker, Bill Cowher days. 4 and 5. Like I said, these aren't favorite teams. It's Eagles and the other teams that I don't hate watching. I'll go my way if there's Eagles aren't playing and they're on. I'll watch it. 4 historically, I've liked the Vikings because AP was there. They had the Brett Favre year, which is great. They had Jared Allen, who's an animal. So I'll throw the Vikings on there, and then I don't know. I think those are the only teams I like. I'm not gonna lie and try to like fucking. Like, I like the Cardinals because Larry Fitzgerald is awesome, but also the Cardinals whip on the Eagles every time they play each other, so I can't say them. I don't mind the Seahawks, even though they're super dominant. I don't mind Seattle either. Probably throw the Seahawks on there just because I enjoy watching them, but I'm never going to say I like the Seahawks because they were terrible when I first started watching football. They were terrible, and then they got really good with Sean Alexander, and then they went back to being kind of shitty till they got Russell Wilson. I don't hate the Bengals either. I don't know. I just feel like you're just asking. You're playing with fire when you put Joe Mixon in that locker room. Oh yeah, he's got to have a nice little mentor of who? Montez Burfict or Pac-Man Jones? I'll be sticking that motherfucker on like who's the cleanest guy on that roster? Is Giovanni Bernard a saint? AJ Green a saint? Any of those guys? Andy Dalton went to TCU. Is he religious? Texas Christian University. Can you explain why you like Philly? Well, they're awesome. Brian Dawkins was my favorite player before I even really understood what football was. So then when I decided I'm going to watch football, I was like, hell yeah, I'm going with the Eagles. Donovan McNabb was good. Westbrook was awesome. Then they got T.O. back in 04-05. That was the shit. You had Corey Simon on the defensive side of the ball. They brought in Javon Kersey, even though he's a little bit of a bust. You had the Axeman trot. I just like the way Philly played. Best thing, though, to like the Eagles is when you watch them on defense, when Jim Johnson was there, it was the most aggressive defense in the league. They're always putting pressure on the quarterback, always fucking guys up in the secondary. It was awesome. Rest in peace, Jim Johnson. Best DC I've ever seen. All right, what we're going to do here, fellas, we're going to look at the final season stats, and I'm going to get the hell out of here. And as I stated multiple times, if you're tuning in kind of later, I will be streaming, hopefully, fingers crossed, twice this weekend. So follow me on Twitter at beastmode_TV, and I'll be posting updates when I do that. So final season stats, we got 4,200 passing yards, 32 touchdowns, and 17 picks from Carson Palmer. 1,300 yards, 18 touchdowns from O.J. Simpson. If the glove does not fit, you must acquit. 652 and 9 from Reggie Bush. We had 82 catches, 1,100 yards, and 11 touchdowns from Jordan Cameron. 916 and 7 from Lynn Swan. 750 and 4 from Keyshawn. 981 and 8 from Aguilar, which is ridiculous. Defense side of the ball, Junior Seau with 133 tackles, 3.5 sacks, and 5 picks. Jarrell Casey led the team with 14 sacks. We got 9 from Everson Griffin. And those 5 picks from Junior Seau. Jesus Christ, dominated. But I'm going to say that our weak secondary, we had a very underpowered secondary. No one over a 90. I think that was more so our downfall. Bad secondary, bad wide receivers. But as always, yeah, thank you guys for watching. And we'll be, back, I'm going to say 100%, at least I'll be back either Saturday or Sunday. But still, yeah, keep up on Twitter, beastmode_TV. I'll be posting, we're doing Notre Dame Legends next for the next live stream. So tune in for that one. That's going to be a very good, iconic roster. Will I throw Rudy in there? Who knows? You'll have to tune in and see. Thank you for watching. If it's the first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Until next time, it's C4 saying peace out.